Hello, this Healer Terrell, the Brass Love One, here on YouTube. I wanted to do a video strictly as far as animal abuse. People must know that it's not okay to harm animals, wound animals, burn animals, kill animals, or whatever. So this video is for anybody who you may know that's not treating their animal the best. If you see anybody mistreating an animal, if you don't want to step in, call somebody, because it's not okay to hurt animals. So we have abuse of animals. We have bestiality. People being romantic with animals. People harming animals. People starving animals. You cannot take out on the animals your daily problems. Because you have problems, insecurities, or whatever's going on with you, don't take it out on the animals. They are helpless, just like children are. In your care or out of your care. But they are helpless, and it's not fair for them to be mistreated. So if you run into anybody or you know anybody who's mistreating their animal, do something about it by calling the necessary people. Now, I saw a video online that's pushing me to do this storyline. And I had a dream. So both of them put together making me talk about animals. Because the video online was a lady being romantic with her own dog. Get what I'm saying? And she got arrested. So then we have, I never heard of stuff like that. I think that's disgusting. It makes no sense to me. But I had a dream, and the dream might have came from hearing about this lady. I don't know, or it might have been just separate. But I had a dream of a Doberman Pinscher, that kind of dog there, the black and brown one, that's skinny and tall, was in the basement. The owner was going up the stairs, and the dog came up the stairs behind the owner, and the dog ran back down. I think the owner had on jeans, blue jeans, and a white blouse or a red blouse or whatever color blouse. It seemed like it was a female, though. I didn't see her face, but it seems like it was a female by the pants. So just seeing that little bit right there, to me, it made me think that this owner, whoever this owner is a person who has her dog in the basement on a regular basis where he can't come up for air. Get my drift. Upstairs, out back, or wherever. His home is the basement. He didn't bark at anything. So for anybody, if you know anybody like that, that just keep their dogs in the basement, don't let them come up, don't take them outside, don't let them move around, and just have them restricted to the basement and things like that. You need to talk about that and let the proper people know about it, where they can just be taken out of there. Now, I don't want to be taken out and then taken to the pound, because a pound is where they murder animals, right? And I dare not want them to go there, because we trying to save their lives, right? I'd rather them run free on the street than go to the pound, because if that's the place that after so many days they destroy them, I'd rather them run around the street loose and have their freedom, because they don't need to come from one prison and go to another. Get my drift? They need their freedom, where they can decide where they want to walk and be able to get to smell the air, to feel the air, to be able to get something to eat from whoever might want to give them food out in the street. So I'm going to do the storyline reading. Let's see, universe. because it's about cruelty. So if you know anybody who has their animal just in the basement, could be chained up, but that dog that I saw in my dream wasn't chained up. But the thing is, he was going upstairs behind her and she made him go back down. He didn't bark at anything, so I think he used to that. So I'm letting you know, people, that it's not okay to mistreat your animals. And if you know somebody who mistreating their animal, you need to do something about it. Say something to the person, if it's a friend of yours or whatever. Take them for their walks. Let them come upstairs, walk around, run around, or whatever it is to do. Okay? Because that dream, it poked at me. So that's why I came down to do the storyline. So let's just see. Because we might have somebody out there that have all kind of problems and you taking it out on your pet, and you shouldn't. They don't deserve it. Cat, dog, whatever kind of animal you have. I really don't like animals being harmed myself personally. No animal. I don't want bears being shot. I don't want lions being harmed. I don't want none of them being harmed. Myself personally, but I'm not in charge. I always say when people go to where bears are and lions are, you don't get to go where they live at and then try to dominate where they live at. That's where they live at. You on their turf. And you want to murder and kill them because they come after you. Well, you need to stay off of their turf. You coming where they live and you trying to dare them to come your way. Newsflash, that's where they live at. Just like if one of them was to come in the city or wherever you live at, you'll want to try to harm them because they coming where you live. Well, you going where they live. And it's really not your turf, not your territory. Let them live their lives like you live your lives. And that's all animals. Okay? So let me just do a storyline reading and see what comes out. Okay, universe. Because when you harm animals, that's considered abuse. And when you murder animals, that's considered healing of the soul. Those cards there. Okay? Let's just flow. Okay, we have right here. Full force. Okay, somebody gonna go full force and grow their business. So we might have a person who work all the time, so you really don't have time for your animal. Or we might have a person that God is talking to that looks at my channel, because I see this card on the other side. I wish I could show it to you, but my camera is black. I can't seem to do nothing about it. I have my other computer, but I really don't want to use that one. But just listen to what I'm saying, because that's the best I could do, because my camera is black. I can't seem to show you the cards. But I'm just going to tell you what the cards say. First card is somebody going to go ahead and go full force and grow their business. So you could be a person, God telling you to go full force and grow your business. What business? A pet business. Some kind of business where you can save animals. Get what I'm saying? Okay? Because on the bottom of this deck here, it says that somebody chose to stick a fork in. So since we're talking about animals, I'm going to put this down and say somebody chose to stick a fork in an animal, right? And that means destroy the animal. Because the person was walking a thin line while calming their pain. Or maybe the person was going full force and growing their business and was just focused on their business. They don't have time for their animal. Unfortunately, something didn't smell right. And what didn't smell right maybe is the animal might be not alive in the house or something like that. Or something didn't smell right to the neighbors. I don't know. Let's flow. Somebody did some check touching, shortcutting as far as something. Riding, walking, talking, or touching to see how far they could go as far as a situation or with that animal. So if you're touching as far as your animal, you might have been hitting on your animal and you saw how far you can go. It might be somebody who murdered that animal because you kept on to see how far you can go. Get my drift? Because we talking about an animal. Follow me? So we have the animal, dog, or whichever kind you have, might have had anxiety because you was blaming the dog for something, saying it was the dog's fault. But you need a center of love, you, right? Counseling, please. Because the dog was being appreciative of a house that was sufficient, to whom the dog living, with you or somebody you know, whoever I'm talking to. Okay? Torment me not. This would be the dog. He can't talk and tell you, but I'm talking through the cards. Torment me not. Dog is crying out for love, for attention. Follow me? From whoever this owner is. But this owner needed to start falling back in love with the self. Because once the owner loved the owner's own self, the owner could love the dog. The owner needed to see it for what it is. That the owner was not loving the owner's self. That's why the owner couldn't love his dog. So we might be dealing with a water sign person or just a Pisces. Follow me? Or somebody who was acting in that time period like a Pisces. Beware of the Pisces. Follow me? Or the dog could have been a Pisces if the dog was born in the time period of a Pisces. Okay? The person. So we had a dog was given no other choice. And was willing to do something because of being forced. The dog now we talking about. So the dog might have urinated, soiled the floor or whatever. Because if the dog can't get out to go to the bathroom, it's gonna go wherever it's gonna go at because nobody's there. Or we dealing with someone who touches all over the dog. Get my drift? Way between the lines. This man need to find other ways to pleasure himself or woman, whoever you are. Follow me? You must stay on your path. So it's two different directions. So this is the owner, not the dog. The owner need to find other ways to pleasure yourself, the owner. And this would be the dog. So I feel like animals are angels too, I feel. Because this is a path card and it's not for the owner. Because the owner is the abuser in this storyline. This is the animal, is an angel too. The dog. You must stay on your path. And the dog was staying on his path. Because the owner was making money at night, some kind of way. Working at night. The owner need to tell the truth and surrender and apologize. Because something happened over the weekend, some kind of weekend. Different people saw it too. Not just the owner. Other people did. She or he saw it too. Because the owner was living a plantation way of living. Not having enough food, shelter, love, clothing, or money. Life was falling apart for this owner of this dog, right? Is the owner simply a follower or a true believer in faith or religion if this person goes to church? Because the owner was hanging out with an idiot, a network of them, but also the dog had an idiot as an owner and have the dog around the idiot, a network of people that have idiot ways of thinking. The owner needs to book an appointment because was he really worth it? owner need to accept it. Try harder next time in love or business. Because the first card is going full force and growing a business. So the owner was working maybe day in and day and night. So maybe the dog soiled in the house because the doggy couldn't get out. Get my drift? So let's just flow. Refuse to stay in a puddle because it'll keep you wet. Now this is accurate with this storyline because if the dog soiled, peed, wherever, it was puddles of pee, right? Maybe more than one puddle or whatever. Refuse to stay in a puddle because it will keep you wet. So I'm going to put this with the doggy. He refused to stay in a puddle because it would keep him wet. So if he had to pee again, he went to a dry spot to do it. Get my drift? So if he made 6 puddles, he made 6 puddles because he couldn't get out to go pee anywhere else. So he refused to stay in that one puddle and keep peeing in the same spot. So he went to another one. Get my drift? Right? The next side says universe is driven to guide this owner to his path. But would he even go? Okay, here we have, right here, the loss of a loved one. Letting go is very hard. So this would be the dog. Somebody killed the dog. Or whatever animal they have in their house. A dog, a cat, or whatever. But it is a dog, I feel, because of my dream. Letting go is very hard. The loss of a loved one. And the dog is a loved one because I look at any animals I have as family. I look at my grandsons and my son's dog as my granddaughter. Ain't nothing crazy about me. So don't say, oh, that's crazy. No, it's not crazy. She my granddaughter and my grandsons are my grandsons. So if you bring an animal in your home, your animal's part of your family. The loss of a loved one. Get what God's saying. And the only one that was lost was the dog in this storyline, not the owner. The owner was trying to pan out the court life because this owner, this person, decided to stick a fork in the dog up here with the second card and wasn't treating the dog right? Because he put his hands on the dog with one of them cards I showed you and saw how far he could go, right? But the dog also was trying to pan out the court life because he couldn't talk and say anything because he was home by himself. And the owner was out day and night working, growing his or her business full force. Man or woman, feel like it's a man. So the dog was trying to pan out the court life. How long is my owner going to be? Because he had to pee again or had to do number 2. Get what I'm saying? So what the dog did was move around in the basement or wherever in the house or wherever the dog was and did what he had to do. Or she had to do. I think it's a boy dog though. Okay, the owner might have brown hair. Might be a woman. Or the dog might have had was brown, right? It might be a woman, the owner. She might have brown hair. She might be slim. Or it might be a man. However it's wrong. Wherever you live. You should go on with your life as you should. So I got to turn this card around with the owner. The owner was going to go on with his life as he should. Because he felt his problem was over. Talking would be the only way to heal. because really, he should have gave attention to his animal, in which he didn't. So that's what I'm going to use this card as right here. Talking would be the only way to heal, but he should have been communicating and playing with his dog and giving his dog attention, all the love and attention he needed. But he also need to talk to somebody that he know about what happened, that he was tired of his dog right here with the second card. And by trying to grow his business and take care of his business, he came and took his anger out on his dog at home. And you need to talk to somebody in counseling about that you sit and abuse your animal, your dog, because of you growing your business and you working day and working night, and you took it out on your dog. You need to invite in a healing. So this card says it was a meeting place, and a meeting place was for you to go and grow your business, or go do some meeting at night, or at the counselor's office, or whatever this meeting place is. You wore a certain kind of clothing too. Okay. And this next card is you was in agreement with somebody working at night. So you was working in the daytime and at night too. So at night you went to meet up with somebody to make money. I don't see no sexual cards. Oh yeah, I do see that up here. You had to find out the ways to pleasure yourself. So you might have been going out at night, making money at night, pleasuring yourself, or making money in agreement with somebody, making money at night, making money in the daytime, full force on growing your business, trying to bring money in because you was living in a plantation where you live in. In the meantime, ignoring your dog. In the meantime, abusing your dog. You was around a network of people with idiot ways of thinking. Maybe at night or in the daytime, or whichever way, because you was trying to grow your business. So you came and took all your abuse out on your dog because your dog couldn't get out to go to the bathroom. And he had peed there, and did number 2 here and number 2 there and everything else because the dog couldn't get out. And you just took all your anger from your trying to work in the daytime or work at night, and you just took it all out on your dog, and that's not right. So let's just say, but these cards, there's some sticking up right here. Let me just take them. Somebody was keeping their options open. You was hanging with a popular crowd right here, and you was keeping your options open, or somebody with you. So you went to meet somebody at night, whoever that was. Something happened on the weekend. Somebody seen it. You or somebody else that somebody was keeping their options open that you probably was going to see or meet with. And maybe you took it out on the puppy, on the dog. He wasn't the puppy, on the dog. So if it's not a Doberman, maybe you have a brown and black dog. That would be a Rottweiler. Rottweiler. I'm trying to say it right. You get what I'm saying. A rock. Let me just say them like that. But a Doberman is the one I saw. So it could be any dog. But the dog is in the basement. And it seems like the dog is like stuck that direction and barely comes out. Because you're with a crowd with intense energy. Keeping your options open as far as some guy or a woman or whoever. And something was seen on the weekend, on some weekend. Hanging with the popular crowd, wearing certain kind of clothes to go meet up with this person, trying to make some money at night. I see it for what it is. Dealing with some Pisces or water sign person, you need to beware, but you needed to start loving yourself again. You was going through torture, and you was crying out for attention from whoever this person is, this person you was trying to meet or whatever. Wearing certain kind of clothes, a meet-up place, and you was wearing certain kind of clothes there to go meet this person, whatever you had on. So you had on something that was something about it, jumped out, because you wearing those clothes. So you had certain kind of clothing on. Yeah. Yeah, you need to apologize to your pet. You might have been trying to pan out the court life of, because it could have been a lady you was going to meet or a man you was going to meet. Whoever it is you was going to meet at night. Maybe he's trying to pan out the court life of with this person you was going to meet because somebody was keeping their options open, a man or a woman. But God said you need to find other ways to pleasure yourself. Or this person you was trying to connect with at night was finding other ways to pleasure this person's self. Yeah, you might need counseling because somebody was keeping their options open. So if you got a wife or whatever, maybe the person was stepping out, keeping their options open, or whatever this is. I don't know. Let's flow. You had anxiety. Anxiety. Thinking it's your fault maybe because the person had options or something wasn't working out or something was done on the weekend. But you had anxiety, the dog had anxiety because it was your fault because you mistreated your dog. You might have been trying to take shortcuts and touch him with a female or male or whoever you like as far as sexual preference. Seeing if you can go all the way with the person or taking shortcuts in your thinking as far as like seeing what you can get away with, slick talk or whatever to somebody at work, to somebody who's meeting at night, or just talking all kind of terrible, nasty things to your animal, being mean. Or you're just doing the check touching as far as seeing how far you can go with a female or a male romantically, or with your animal, or with your animal as far as beating on your animal. Unfortunately, something didn't smell right with a relationship with you and a woman or a man, because somebody's keeping their options open, or something didn't smell right as far as your animal, because when you came home and you saw all of that all over the floors, in the basement or wherever, it made the house smell. Something didn't smell right. Get my drift. You walking a thin line, trying to calm your pain because you upset about that, or you was trying to calm your pain as far as you in a relationship with a woman or a man. You decided to choose and stick a fork in a relationship with a woman or with a man, or with one of your jobs, or you decided with your dog. Okay, you needed to accept it and try harder next time in love or in business. Okay, do you even have faith? Because it says right here that you was willing to do something because of fear and force. You had no other choice. So if you're dealing with something at night, some kind of way you took a night job, that a lot of money, it entailed a lot of money. So you might have been doing something at night with a group of people with idiot ways of thinking to make money, right? You was given no other choice, you felt, because you was living a plantation way of living, not having enough, what all I said. Or we're going to put it with your dog, your animal. Your animal was given no other choice, your dog, but the soil, the floors, the basement, the floors, upstairs, or wherever you had your dog at, because the dog couldn't get out to go to the bathroom properly. Willing because of fear and force. Given no other choice. Or you was as far as having some night job, wearing certain kind of clothing. Get what I'm saying? Dealing with a network of people with idiot ways of thinking. It's probably a bar, club, escort, whatever this is. This a night job. So drunk people or whatever's going on with these people at night. You might even have them in your house at one point, and your dog had to deal with you being an idiot, or whoever this is being an idiot, and the drunk friends. And the dog couldn't do anything. You had to start falling back in love with the self, though. Because if you didn't love you, you couldn't love your dog. Because you was in the plantation way of living, your life was falling apart. The loss of a loved one. So you could have lost a loved one, an actual loved one. And then you might want to start dating again with somebody who had options open, though. Get what I'm saying? You might have had somebody who was a close partner to you that died, and then you decide you want to go out and date, and you was keeping your own options open, or you was talking to somebody or met somebody who was keeping their options open. Anything like that? Or we got right here the loss of a loved one, and that would be your pet. Letting go is hard. And we have your pet refused to stay in a puddle because it would keep your pet wet. So your pet moved around in your house wherever and peed and did what his business. Get what I'm saying? Because he had to go to the bathroom. If you working in the daytime and at night, when do the dog be able to go out to go to the bathroom properly? Universe was driven to guide you to your path, but where you go. So God would lead you to your path, but would you go? But God also led the dog to the dog's path, and the dog went back in spirit. The dog is in spirit right now, went back to God. Because you made that happen. You wanted to go full force and grow your business. Follow me? Or you dealt with somebody at nighttime and they wanted to go full force and grow their business and have you be a part of it. However you slice it, you neglected your dog, your animal. And then you took everything out on your animal. You cannot beat an animal because they pee in the floor if you don't let them out to let them go to the bathroom. How are you going to just beat them because they had to go to the bathroom? If you have to go to the bathroom and you somewhere, what are you going to do? Just sit there and not go to the bathroom? You took out all of your stuff you was going through on your animal. You wasn't a good owner, pet owner. So I'm talking out, but it don't have to be you. Get what I'm saying? Who I'm talking out to and looking at this video. It could be somebody you know. And if you know somebody who not treating their animal right, cat, dog, whatever they have, say something to them. Because they don't deserve to be mistreated. And you can't hold them responsible if they can't even get out to go to the bathroom. You can't mistreat them like that. That's not right. But my channel is about spiritual justice. I keep saying it to anybody who look at this channel. So if you kill an animal, you get the spiritual justice. It's coming to you too with an animal too. You're not exempt. If you didn't want your animal, your dog, you should have let your dog go. Just open the door and let your dog just go outside and just be free. Instead of have your dog locked in that house where the dog couldn't even go to the bathroom in the right spot. And then hurt him because of he had to pee. No. You had some problems. God said going to counseling. You lost somebody in your life and you had to go to counseling. But you also need to go to counseling also too because of what you did to your dog. If you lost somebody, you might didn't lose somebody, but if you did. But if it's your dog you lost because you didn't treat your dog right and you put your hands on your dog too many times, blaming your dog. But newsflash, is your fault. Your dog can't get out and go to the bathroom right because you got the dog locked in the basement or wherever you got your dog locked in. Okay. This is for somebody like that. Or if you know somebody like that, say what you have to say to them and let them know, no, it's not cool to do that. Set them free. If you're not going to treat them right, set them free. Open your door and let them just go out the door. Wherever they end up, just let them out. At least they had their freedom. Because I'm about freedom. Let them have their freedom. Don't have them locked in, and you're not going to treat them right. Let them go and let them have their freedom to make whatever choices they want to make once they get out that door. It's the Brasso one.